Welcome back to Tower of God, regulars. So, in the last video, everybody died. Well, not everybody, of course. But at the very least, no less than four Lopobia branch leaders died in battle. Either against Bam and Rak or then against Dumas. And then Dumas went ahead and also killed Bam, Rak, and Kun. Well, almost killed Bam and killed Rak and Kun? I am not 100% sure. Not that I believe that they would actually stay dead. Yeah, but Enkidu killing Tiara was also rather unexpected. Like, I'm not going to claim that women have any sort of immunity in this manhwa, but in general, it was a pattern that if a woman gets a significant backstory and is like super powerful and important to the story, she will end up at Bum's side, not, well, dead. I guess there's a chance that she'll be taken over by Enkidu and then, then join Bum's side. A bit of a long shot. But yeah, that was also surprising. And then a ship with the Jihad quest showed up and contained, well, I'm pretty sure it's not Jihad, but the boss, and apparently a whole bunch of people who are supposed to replace the family heads. I'm not sure what that's about, but our more immediate concern is that Mustang is getting his memories back from Bum's almost corpse. And we'll see what this is about. Träumerei. 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 Hey! Uh, right after the 10 great family leaders finished climbing the tower. I was standing there staring out into space. You know, looking at this picture of him, give him black hair and he is pretty much the absolutely typical, like, normal everyday person manhwa protagonist. Like, he would so look like a typical Korean guy. Anyway, did you fall asleep or something? Widow Gustang. Oh, Gustang, when did you get here? A while ago, numbskull. What were you looking at? A flower. A flower? What for? That doesn't sound like you. You're more suited to things like fish, turtles, and octopuses. But they are just so fascinating. What do you mean? I never planted or created these little things. They just come out of nowhere, put on roots, and bloom. Then before you know it, the whole area is full of flowers. They go ahead and do whatever they want. Träumerei. Regardless of how I feel. His obsession with controlling all living things shining through. Well, not shining through, it's pretty explicit. It's both irritating and amazing at the same time. And then, of course, he destroys what he cannot control. Come on, let's go. You big jerk. Träumerei is past. 1. When we were climbing the tower, it was unusual for us to be apart even for one day. But now none of us see each other very much. I don't really mind. At the moment. I'm enjoying building my own fishbowl. Which apparently started out as a humble hot air balloon. Traitor. Traitor? Because he's now separating himself from his group. Or maybe the whole palace is his fishbowl, not just the balloon there. Träumerei's floating palace, earlier version of the later Lohobia battleship. My chart interacts more with you than with anyone else, Träumerei. Chart's a king now. I just want to help. I know how busy he is. Is there something going on between you two that I should know about? Even if there is, I'm not obliged to tell you. Everything Jar does is for our sake, so don't fight him about every little thing. And that includes the selection of princesses. Once I'm all settled in my new home, I'll try to have kids of my own. I don't understand what you see in that guy's bizarre ideas. And what's that about having kids? Are you two getting along better again? Not at all. She's the same as always. Really? Since that day, she's been on a different wavelength from us. Icarus? Maybe she really is a lower creature, like Jahad says. Maybe she is not like us. If only I could change those foolish thoughts of hers. As easily as I can control animals. By the way, I spoke with the master from the workshop recently. The master? Why would you want to have anything to do with him? He's so eerie. He said he didn't get around to giving you the present he promised you when you were climbing the tower. And he asked if you needed anything. Is that right? Well, now that you mention it, there is something I've always wanted. No kidding, what is it? A creature that's nothing in and of itself, but can become anything. I'd really like something like that. Huh? A few days later. I've sent you a creature that's nothing in and of itself, but can become anything you want. Take good care of it. From the Master, the father of everything. It's an interesting title. I don't think we ever met someone who fits that description. Like, we have seen a few workshops in the story, but apparently there is a The workshop. Oh, the creature was Enkidu. Well, that makes sense. Then, with his ability to take over stuff, you can become everything. Yeah, I see. Interesting, but it was just slime back then. It didn't even have a head. Huh. This is it. This is the thing I asked for? After creature was given to Träumerei by the workshop master, it was neglected in Träumerei's room for a very long time. Just put it in a bottle and forgot about it. Now that reminds me about Full Metal Alchemist. If you know, you know. And then at some point it became obsessed with following Träumerei everywhere since he paid no attention to it. This is strange. As the creature followed Träumerei throughout his palace, it developed its own unique ability. It learned to transform exactly into anyone it encountered. The creature could even imitate people's voice and behavior perfectly. Okay. So the head we saw in when we met Enkidu first, was that an imitation of whom? The one who saw the creature was shocked by it and said it made them uncomfortable, but not Träumerei. It was only then that he realized what the workshop master had meant when he said that this was a creature that was nothing in and of itself, but can become anything. But what Träumerei really wanted was more than that. I want you to become human. How do you voice a slime cube? Since you can turn yourself into anything, go ahead and become a real human being. But why do you want me to be human? Because I'm lonely. Huh. Lonely? Träumerei. I see. He's lonely just like me. After Träumerei said that, the creature decided to become human. According to the book where this story is recorded, Träumerei had several companions by his side while he climbed the tower. Many companions, in fact. But after their adventure came to an end, two of the Great 13 left the rest of the group because of a conflict of opinion. V and Arlene. It's really eerie how much V looks like Viol there in this picture. Which, well, makes sense when it's his father, but you know. Many of their helpers left with them and turned their backs on the remaining 11 people as well. This was back when the 11 didn't refer to themselves as family leaders yet. Even they gradually began to grow apart from each other as they set out to achieve their own goals. And makes sense, they don't even have children at this point. So what family? It was only much later that they each established their own completely independent family. Yeah, Kuhn, Jad, and Loprobial in this case. The creature made by the workshop master was aware of all this, so it thought to itself, Träumerei must be lonely because all his companions left him. The real reason he wants me is to fill the empty space they left in their wake. And so, the creature prayed constantly to become human, so that it could be Träumerei's new friend. Pray to whom, though? Well, there must be a god of the tower, right? It prayed out of the window. It even prayed while stuck to the ceiling. Okay. Everywhere it went, the creature prayed non-stop. Then one day, a being appeared before the creature. Oh. The most transcendent being in the tower. Head on. So he literally is the god of the tower? Yeah, head on. What is it that you wish for so desperately? You insignificant creature so eager to add meaning to your existence. Information about this transcendent being was already stored in the creature, so it knew that its prayers had been answered. supreme and transcendent being in the tower. I wish to become human. So at least the workshop master knows all about head-on. Interesting. I'm afraid there's nothing I can do about that. This tower is a place designed for tests and trials. Accordingly, there's a strict division between human challengers and other non-human beings. Really? What about Drak then? Is that so? But don't be too disappointed. There's another way for special beings like you. But you may not be anything in and of yourself, but you are capable of becoming anything. Although it's impossible for you to become an entirely new human being, there's no rule prohibiting you from becoming exactly like an existing human. That's where he gets his power to take over people. All you must do is steal the person's body. But the creature agreed to this proposal. The transcendent being took the creature to a bloody hunting ground. This was a time of chaos, since no one was able to reach the top of the tower anymore. So, in the past, people did reach the top of the tower? Now the previously rising energy from challengers dissipated throughout the tower, resulting in countless secrets and hidden civilizations. Rising energy. It sounds I was mistaken about calling it a prison. Apparently it's more like a fucked up sort of like power energy production, like a power plant, using up the challengers and their desire to reach the top. Oh, and yeah, I was thinking, wait, the Enkidu then isn't its original name? No. One particular warrior who stood before them was named Enkidu. He was by far the greatest warrior that they could see. Hedon pointed him out to the creature, and without the slightest hesitation, the creature took over Enkidu's body. A few months later, Träumerei. Battle with the ancient creatures. Oh. So that's how they were sealed? Like the powers were sealed and they were locked away? Huh? And that's when Enkidu comes in? Yeah. I'll just say long white. I thought the panel wouldn't load. For some reason, it's kind of funny to me that that Träumerei is using a giant turtle as his mount there. Long time no see. Träumerei. As this person walked towards Träumerei without any hesitation or explanation whatsoever, Träumerei understood immediately. This was the creature from his little fishbowl. I've come to be your friend as you commanded me. He realized what had happened to him. And as Träumerei finally got what he had wished for? I see. A faint smile spread across his face. Welcome. Little did he know that this would be the start of yet another split. Really? I've come to be your friend as you commanded me. I see. Welcome. Träumerei's past too. Then Enkidu at least battled at his side. That was very reckless of you. You're not ready to face that ancient creature yet. I can do it. I chose this body so that I could help you. I can handle this. Do you know how to use Shinzu? Of course, like this. No, the ancient isn't quite dead yet, so still the same scene. That doesn't seem to do much. Yeah, not roaring into the mic. No, that's not how it's done. Watch me. No, Träumerei is actually teaching him. With, of course, his far superior powers. This is how you use Shinzo. Did you see that? That was amazing. I teach you lots of things. Does that body have a name? Enkidu. Lopobia Enkidu. Then Enkidu basically became the first member of his family. Oh, was... no. I was thinking, wait, was Träumerei not originally named Lopobia? But no, I misunderstood that, I think. You've already chosen a last name for yourself, have you? You'd better live up to that name. After that, Träumerei constantly kept Enkidu by his side. He treated Enkidu to all the rarest delicacies that the tower has to offer. He taught him how to use Shinzo and how to fight. He showed him the wider world. Loom. When Träumerei's companions found out about Enkidu, they thought it was odd that Träumerei had become so close to a human being rather than an animal. They told him to be wary of Enkidu. But Träumerei insisted on calling Enkidu his friend, and that's not all. He even went to see the administrator and asked him to grant Enkidu as much protection as possible. Enkidu was extremely touched by Träumerei's generosity. He vowed to stay by his side forever and remove all obstacles from his way. There seemed to be nothing that could trouble the friendship between the two. And yet Enkidu had always been bothered by something. Oh, wait, so that's how Enkidu received his immunity from death, like, except from the family heads. One second. I'm a bit hoarse today. This won't be a long video. I say and hope that this isn't then turning out to be like another 2-hour video. Yeah. There seemed to be nothing that could trouble the friendship between the two. And yet Enkidu had always been bothered by something. Coming in. What bothered him was the presence of a woman who lived with Träumerei in his palace. Amizu. I don't think we have heard her name before. Her name was Amizu. She was with Träumerei when the 10 great family leaders first finished climbing the tower. I see you've been quite busy lately, Träumerei. After falling in love with Träumerei, she settled here to be with him, but she never did anything after arriving here. All she ever did was stare out the window. Enkidu thought she was pathetic. Do you enjoy taking that monster with you everywhere? I need to talk to you for a moment. So how will this end? Does Enkidu like take over her body to, well, serve him better? There's going to be a party soon. Sort of housewarming party to let everyone know that we now have our own place. I know, you told me before. Is everyone coming? It's going to be lots of fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure if everyone can make it. To be honest, I didn't invite the people I don't want to see. Too bad, I was hoping to see everyone. I don't understand. What's so amusing about seeing those fools? They never change. That's what's so amusing about them, the fact that they are always such fools. Why is that so hard to understand? You're not inviting that monster to a party, are you? Voodoo or whatever his name is? Enkidu. Of course he's coming. Enkidu is my friend. Friend, huh? How much longer are you going to keep toying with him? Oh, or is she going to demand that he gets rid of him? I'm not toying with him. He's a human being. I don't have any control over him. He's just my friend. Is that right? Then I look forward to watching you resist the temptation to ruin him. What? Ruin him? I can't say I like him, but I wish you both luck. I should go. I think we're done here. Träumerei. Do you still love me? Of course. Why do you ask something so obvious? Doesn't sound so obvious with that moment of hesitation. Träumerei, you ought to be wary of her. Everyone around here knows she keeps using those birds of hers to communicate with someone on the outside. And she won't even tell you who it is. On the outside of the palace or the outside of the tower? I'm going to assume the palace. What if she is planning to betray Enkidu? Did I tell you before? Pay no attention to us. Hmm. Yeah, he wants to be helpful a little bit too much. We will not permit anyone else to speak of us. Very well, Träumerei. When Träumerei said us, he was referring to the people who had climbed the tower with him. Oh. No, not only... shit, I forgot her name. Let me check it again. Probably better note it down. Just read it. Where is it? Amazon. Oh, there we there we go. He never spoke of anyone else as us, including Enkidu. Oof. And now here he is drawn back as a cube of slime. Träumerei and the others were true friends. Enkidu was merely a toy friend that Träumerei wanted to play with. But if he stayed by Träumerei's side, he was sure that would change someday. He thought that maybe he would eventually be included in Träumerei's us, and they could become true friends as well. Well, it's always a little bit difficult with friends group like these. Like friends who have been together for decades and then an outsider comes in like who is only there for like a few months or so. And of course the situation isn't equal. And it's even worse for them. They have climbed the tower for probably thousands of years or something. And well, yeah, then this thing appears. Time passed quickly, and before they knew it, the day of the party arrived. How are the preparations coming along? Don't worry, everything is perfect. It's going to be a great party. The guests coming today are extremely fussy and picky. If anything isn't to their liking, things could turn violent. I wouldn't be so confident. Yes, I'm well aware of that, but I'll do my best to make sure they're happy. After all, they are your closest friends. Ooh. Träumerei, over here. They'll be arriving soon. It's an interesting style of dress, like in the top looking like bandages. Let's get ready to greet them. She doesn't know, does she? I'll be on the lobby. Of course not, I'm the only one who knows the true purpose of this party. What? Oh. Oh. I, I thought that sounded ominous, but no, it's supposed to be a happy occasion. Here's the ring for your marriage proposal. Good. Well done then, kiddo. So he does still love her. This is going to be the best party proposal ever. Keep your voice down, Enkidu. Kun Edan and Arihon have arrived. He looks just as bored as Träumerei. Really. A greenhouse, really. Träumerei's taste in home decor is as bad as his fashion sense. Lead of the Kuhn family, Kun Edan. You want to talk? Must you always cause a storm whenever you appear? Apparently. So the lightning in the background is absolutely literal. Hon. It's so tacky. What? That's no way to talk to an old friend. What's wrong with the way I make an entrance? The little jerk. Okay, those two seem to be still friends. Who are you? Irang Yeon. She's pretty. You little jerk. There they go again, fighting as soon as they see each other. When are they going to grow up? Get down on the floor. Lord Eddard, please don't draw your sword. Lead of the Yeon family, Irang Yeon. I should note her down too. I'm gonna forget about her. I don't understand what anyone finds attractive about those fools. And all the women in attendance, we love you, Edan. You're the best one. Lord Gustang, Blossom can't come because she's sleeping. Alright. Träumerei, I didn't think he'd have the sense to prepare an event like this for a lady. He sure has grown up a lot. The guests had all arrived at the party. So, those three are the only family leaders he invited? The ones he is still in, well, has a good relationship with? Soon in this place that would later become the Lopobia battleship. I can't stand parties, but I don't have a choice. I want everyone to know about this. Träumerei would be announcing his engagement to Amizu. Edan, Hon, Rang. Oh, we haven't heard Rang. No, we haven't heard about Rang, I think. And there she was, the star of the party. Nobody knew it at the time. Oh. Did Enkidu, or well, the slime already take her over? Amizu, long time no see. Thank you so much for coming. But an announcement was about to be made. Welcome, everyone. That would ruin both the party and Träumerei. And that announcement had deadly consequences. Then I'm stupid Irang, of course. It would end up being, one of the knives that drove apart everyone gathered at the party. Yeah, one more chapter. These feel extremely long. Träumerei is past 3. I mean, objectively there aren't, but they're so stuffed full of lore. Hey, do you remember that one-eyed mechanoid who guarded the Eternal Spring? Oh my god, there was a monster guarding the Eternal Spring? I'm dying to hear more about it. No one knows how to defeat mechanoids and capture women's heart like him. Oh yeah, it was a total beast. The others would have been in big trouble if I hadn't been there. You bring up the same story whenever we meet. He could have handled it just fine without you. Lord Träumerei, Lord Gerard's palace reached out to let us know that he won't be coming. Alright. I was hoping to see him today. Too bad he's so busy. I should probably head out there now. There's Lord Träumerei. Träumerei, it's been ages. Ah, the man of the hour. Huh? He must be that guy Enkidu that we've heard so much about. The one that Träumerei takes with him everywhere. Hello? Okay, he did not take her over already. At least I don't think so. Ah. You're a good sport to put up with Träumerei. Does he get on your nerves sometimes? Not at all, he's always good to me. Good to you? Yeah, right. Träumerei, you sure brainwashed him well. Anyway, I'll buy you a drink sometime for your troubles. Do you mean it? Thank you. Thank you, too. We have some things to discuss. Could you give us a moment? Oh, right. I suppose you have a lot to catch up on. I'll find something else to do in the meantime. Wow, you two actually talk to each other? Oh, that wasn't cool. Was gotten into your Träumerei, I thought you couldn't stand people anymore. You only ever seemed to like animals. You were like an animal otaku. Still can't figure out what he's doing with Amizu. I used to wonder if maybe Amizu had a tail. I was so tempted to check. You're going to get yourself into serious trouble. You just don't understand my charm. Oh, that's an ominous look. He still feels like an outsider here, of course. Enkidu had heard so much about these people every day, but as soon as he saw them in person, he realized something. Unless he could somehow turn back time. Charm, give me a break. Potty like you, charming. Don't test my patience. There was no way he would ever be included as an equal in their group. But at the same time, another idea occurred to him. Whoa. What if I could possess one of them? Please tell me more about Amizu's charm. Be honest with me. And what if no one found out about it? Maybe then I could finally be one of them. Yeah, that's a bad idea. It was an extremely bold but tempting idea. The party started with everyone in good spirits. There were Träumerei's friends who had climbed the tower with him. Although they hadn't seen each other in ages, the reminiscences quickly began to pour out of them. And Enkidu found out a little more about them. The beautiful and elegant Yang Yeon was in fact a terrifying person. I can't believe that. Although Kuhn seemed pleasant and got along well with everyone, he had a cold and calculating eye for people. He was like a wolf in sheep's clothing. And as for Pobido Gustang, he looks like a gentleman on the outside, but he's very edgy and arrogant. Everyone calls him a psychopath. Yeah, given how Tiara ended up by after being like created from his creativity, not his cruelty, his creativity. Uh, yeah, I can believe that. Arihon is always by himself. So it's difficult to get to know him. Yeah, he is. From his characterization, we've seen from White, he seems very aloof and like self-absorbed. Like the only thing he cares about is his own art with the swords. As Träumerei's friends and the various guests mingled, the party got off to a smooth start. Up next, Lord Träumerei and Heat Haite even existed even back then, so that explains why it's why he's so important to him. Will perform an infernal fireworks show. Yeah. Entertainment was dazzling. The atmosphere was so sweet and happy. It truly was the greatest party. And then the moment came. I've got it, Träumerei. For the party's grand finale. This is one of the gifts you received today. I thought the ring would look pretty inside it. What do you think? Is that some sort of bouquet? I really don't like that ornament. The ring falls out if you turn it upside down like this. She's going to love it. I bet she'll be speechless when you hand it to her. Oh. But is this somehow his plan to take her over? Well, I got to admit, this is a very pretty ring. Mic check, 1, 2. And that's her. Hello, everyone. Are you all enjoying the party? I don't want to spoil the fun, but this seemed like the right moment to make an announcement. Hey, it's Amizo. Is she going to sing or something? You're so pretty, Amizo. Amizo? Huh? First of all, I would like to thank you all for coming today. Risk our lives to climb this tower together. It means so much to me to be reunited with you all. It was a long and difficult journey to reach this point. There were many miracles along the way, and moments when we feared the worst. I don't even begin to measure up to your greatness, but I was proud to have been able to help you on your noble quest. I really cherish every moment that we spent together. However, we've changed a great deal. It's difficult to say what exactly has changed about us, but we definitely have changed. I suppose we are no longer as ambitious as before. They no longer have a goal as pressing as climbing. We chose comfort and stability over adventure. Those of our friends who refused to accept that left, and we began to shun them for that. You're all such good people, but I can't say I like everything about you anymore. This isn't anyone's fault. It's just unfortunate unfortunate that things turned out this way. It pains me to say this, but I no longer like you, as you are. I have to admit, seeing you again today did make me question my decision briefly, but I've already made up my mind and I'd like you all to know. As of this moment, I'm leaving you and this house. Oh, oh shit. That's awkward. Uh, what? What are you talking about, Amiso? Träumerei. You heard me right. I'm sorry. The truth is, I've been wanting to leave for a long time, but I thought I should stay with you until, at least until the house was finished. I don't think we should see each other anymore. Well, oof. Träumerei. Now the ring falling out. That was the end of the party. In the blink of an eye, the bright lights were turned off. The bouquet shattering. And the chatter in the banquet hall faded to silence. Many people quietly slipped away from the floating castle without even saying goodbye. And Träumerei was left with only his closest friends. Yeah, as a lesser, companion, I would be quite concerned that Träumerei is going to do something drastic. Träumerei! Oh, and is this how he decided to take her over? I'm still stuck on that theory. Open the door. Emiso hasn't left yet. She's probably planning on going tonight. We can't let her leave like this. Bet she sided with someone on the outside. Oof. Oh. And that's the first time we have seen him in this pose. Oh, was he shown like that before? I'm not sure anymore. Hey, step aside. We're going in there. Lord Gustav, I won't open the door no matter what I say. I know, I'm sure he's very upset, so please get out of the way. I go in with you. Sorry, but there's nothing you can do to help Träumerei right now. We don't know anything about the relationship. This is no place for an outsider. You would only make things worse. Now step aside. Hey, Träumerei, I'm coming in. Wait! You're just kicking the door in. You pathetic fool. What's wrong with you? Why do you always act like such a baby when something goes wrong? I just want to be alone. Mind your own business and get out of my house. I came all this way because of you and now you tell me to leave. That's no way to treat your guests. I don't want any guests, so piss off. I hate to break it to you, but I'll be here for a whole week like we planned. So you'd better feed me at least. I don't have any food to give you. Why don't you go and choke to death on Why don't you go and choke to death on one of your beloved cigarettes? I wouldn't mind some tobacco if you got some. Or maybe that was Mustang's answer. Enkidu couldn't enter the room where Träumerei was. Stop bothering me and get lost. Every one of his real companions trying to cheer him up. Hey, I want to see a Loverboy's face after getting dropped like a rock by his first girlfriend. Träumerei's other friends went in without the slightest hesitation. Stomach grumbling. But Enkidu couldn't bring himself to do it. Fire is sitting there looking like a flip phone. Do you want everyone leave me alone? You see, have some sense of shame. Knew that he didn't have the right to cross the threshold. Enkidu desperately wanted to earn that right. Wanted to be a part of the group. Oh, now with an ominous aura. The more time he spent with Träumerei, the more unimportant everyone else in the tower seemed to him. Perhaps what Enkidu really wanted was to be not only Träumerei's friend, but his equal as well. In other words, maybe he wanted to become one of the 10 great family leaders. Cheer up, man. Relationships are always hard. Once you've been dumped and dragged to the mud a few times, you stop caring who you're with. Then you enter the phase where you just want to hook up and have some fun with a bunch of people. And eventually become a soccer pro. I mean, like a dating pro like me. Got it? Gee, that's some great advice. Based on what Amizo said earlier, it sounds like she wants to join Grace at their side. So that also didn't happen yet. Yeah, it seems like it. Then if Amizo leaves, does that mean she's our enemy? Oh, or maybe it did. If she sides with them, we can't associate with her anymore. Yeah, okay. There are no exceptions. What do you want to do, Träumerei? Is this how you want things to end with Amizo? Didn't you pour that for him? Why are you drinking it? Because he didn't touch it. I just want to keep her here. I see. Then let's get her to stay. There's nothing like memories to keep your girlfriend from leaving. Memories? Yeah, you know, like memories of the good times we had together. That's not a bad idea, considering it came from you, Edan. Humans are sentimental animals. Memories of our good times together? I think there were some good times. But I can't remember anymore. I remember what happened. But all the emotions I felt at the time are gone now. Do you guys remember? Those emotions, I mean. Not really? You know, maybe Amizu is right. Ever since we lost our memories of that day, we've changed. Oh, I was thinking that these are the memories they got rid of, but no, apparently not. Huh. But that's also what we wanted, isn't it? That's right. Our individual memories don't matter so much anymore. The records that we pass down to our descendants are far more important now. After all, we are going to be this tower's history. Yeah, I remember Jahad saying something about that. Since we're the leaders of the tower now, we have to act accordingly. So he said we need to change ourselves. Träumerei decided to override his forgotten past emotions with what he felt in that moment. He's right. I'm a ruler now. I can't let her leave me. And what he felt wasn't love, but rather an obsession, I assume. Wanting to control her. Yeah, it was possessiveness. No matter what it takes, I must have her. I can have whatever I want now. I'm one of the tower's rulers. In the banquet hall after the party ended. Hey, have I told you the story? When I first entered the tower, I was so hungry, but I didn't dare say a word to anyone, because I didn't want to be a burden. But Träumerei noticed, and he gave me something to eat. A live fish. Here, eat this. You're giving that to me? I guess if you're starving. Yeah, these fish can show you around in the water when they're alive. But they're a good source of energy if you boil them. They're tasty. Try one. I totally fell for that serious look on his face. Fell for that? Got very strange taste. Really? But don't you find there's something pure and natural about a man like that? Natural? Think you mean wild or untamed, maybe. You've got a thing for guys like that. I just thought he was so completely genuine. It was cute. God, look at you. Your eyes still glaze over when you talk about him. Why are you leaving it if you like him so much? Oh, you're still in touch with them? Grace, I mean. Oh. Yeah, I guess I've always been on their side. I only stayed here because of Träumerei. But I can't keep going like this. I don't feel like I belong with you all and Träumerei anymore. Oh, but just to be clear, I don't think you're wrong or anything. Yeah, I know, Amizo. Just can't think the same way as you are. I guess it's my natural limitation. I tried so hard to stay with Träumerei, but I can't do it anymore. We're just so different now. Hmm. Now that I take a closer look at her face, she does look a bit like Rachel, just not with the freckles. She just doesn't have the freckles. Yeah. On the other hand, I'm borderline face blind, so I might be very off here. Maybe. We've always been different from each other. That's why I can't be with Träumerei. Can't stand to see the way he's changing. Uh, Hamiso. There's the bird she is using to communicate. Is Träumerei going to take it down? Oh, or maybe it's more like a transport. Ooh. What is even happening? I mean, that's not V. Don't think so. Is he being attacked now, or did he do that? I think he is attacked wherever he is. Oh, by Arihon. Huh? Oh, that's Lusleg. Okay. Long time no see. Mikhail Lusleg in the past. Arihon. Bloom. I would actually really like to make this into another 2-hour video because I want to know about what happens next, who Enkidu is trying to take over, and what Lusleg is trying to do here. Yeah, I guess he went. Yeah, he must have went with Grace and we, like Aline and we, and is now trying to get Amizu. Hmm. So yeah, but unfortunately I don't have more time today, and I'm a bit hoarse, so I don't want to exhaust myself either. So yeah, we will know more about the great tragedy that happens next in the next video. Until then.